What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Community AI Only Battle. In this video, we've just passed turn 100, so we're going to have a look at the info addicts for the first time, see how everyone's favourite civs are doing, except mine, because they're almost dead. Although, we do have a settler. If it escapes, there's a slim chance we might win. It's very unlikely, okay? It's very unlikely. But in the lead for population, we have Samoa at 3.7 million people, leading Polynesia 2.2 million, Belgium in third 1.6 million, same for Burundi, Vietnam 1.4, India 1.4, the Celts 1.4, Soviet Union 1.3, the Huns 1.2, Nigeria. See who's got the smallest. Prussia has none right now. I'm Venice, if anyone's wondering, spectating. The Sioux have the lowest at 84,000. They've been banished up to the northwest of Canada by Texas and the Shoshone. Persia have 138,000, 300,000 in the Papal States. Mapuche 328,000. It's an idea. Crop yield, you can see Prussia again at 0, just to rub my face in it. Syria in last, but the top 5, Samoa 92 million bushels, Polynesia 85, the Soviet Union 77. Can you believe that? A Soviet Union that's feeding its people. Who would have thought? Japan at 72 and the Moors at 68. Manufactured goods, Japan is leading the way, 49 million tons to the Iroquois, 40 million. Polynesia and Samoa then joint in third and fourth, 39. They've both got off to a good start, the Islanders. Byzantium then 38. Good to see Byzantium there. GMP, Nigeria's leading. Samoa, Mali, Rhodesia, Belgium all up there. Land area, Japan leading the way, 610,000 square kilometers. Then it's Polynesia, 550,000. Rhodesia also up there, over 500,000 at 530,000. Shoshone, 480. And then a load of people on just below that, in very small distances. Byzantium currently have the biggest army in the world, 72,000. Head of Mali on 71,000. The Moors at 70,000. The Soviet Union, 67,000. Assyria up there too, 66,000. The smallest. Prussia's 21,000, Egypt's 21,000. Venice, surprisingly in 34th, because, takes 42,000 people apparently, can fit on a nuclear submarine under an ice cap in 275 BC. Who would have thought? These don't matter. Social policies, Samoa and Polynesia again leading the way, 11, 10. Ethiopia, Japan and the Celts and Mali on 8. Happiness, I think, it doesn't really matter. Japan's on -2, but that doesn't... Sorry, I yawned. Doesn't particularly affect them. Technologies, I think we're going to see the guys that were on the islands leading this. Yep, Samoa and Polynesia have kept their lead at 24. Surprisingly, Japan and the Celts have not. The Celts have fallen right down to 19. Japan are third on 22. Korea 21, Burundi and Vietnam and China on 20, Nigeria, Belgium, Qing, Babylon, the Celts, a lot of people on the average is about 18. 18 technologies there. Net gold, a few people losing money. Byzantium's there, that's that big army. Cities, the leaders are currently Japan. Rhodesia apparently have 5 cities. I was not aware of this. The Sioux, Ethiopia, Byzantium, Belgium, Texas, Polynesia and the Soviet Union and Australia all have 4. Science output, Samoa's leading the way, oh my goodness, 105. Korea and Polynesia both currently on 58 in second. Soviet Union 46, Japan, Burundi 45. I have no idea how Samoa's doing that. Culture, Samoa is also leading, 50 to India's 34, Ethiopia's 29, Polynesia's 29, Japan's 26. Finally, wonders, 2 for Ethiopia, 2 the Maya, 2 Samoa, 1 Belgium, 1 Iroquois, 1 Vietnam, 1 Polynesia, 1 Inca. What else does that leave? Treasury? No, let's not look at that. Total faith doesn't particularly matter. Influence? No. Great works, 2 for Polynesia. There's a few for some other people. Trade routes, the most for Samoa. Tourism, mostly Polynesia. And obviously we saw the Soviet Union and the Vandals attacking Belgium. That's not a matter. Belgium now have Brussels, Antwerp. They took Berlin from Prussia. And they have Ghent here in the south of France. So they're looking pretty strong out here in Western Europe. We'll see what the Celts, if the Celts keep causing them problems though, or if Prussia can survive. They're probably going to settle here, which will lead to Belgium probably killing them again, or Austria. The Papal States do have another settler. Ooh, Rhodesia have a fair few cities, and now they're at war with Burundi, which isn't really an issue, and Mali, which again, Mali are probably doing something else. I don't know what they're doing. They have a fairly big army. The question is, what are they doing with it? I imagine going after Nigeria is the most likely option for them. Nigeria, who have another settler. So we'll see what they get up to. Korea, have you got any more cities yet? No, not yet. You're happy with your 3. I can't believe Qing was so close to taking the Mongolian capital last video. Tojo and Japan have completed the Colossus. It's a good start for them. Polynesia still at 4 cities. Samoa still at 3. They have a settler just stood here. They obviously really want this tile. And the Celts for the second time going after Belgium. They might... No, I don't know what they're playing at here. They're not going to do this. They have a lot of triremes, but they're not really in a useful spot to actually do anything with them. Soviets and the Huns yet to go to war. The Huns have gone to war a few times. They've not actually had to do anything though. Babylon and Ethiopia now piecing out. And Ethiopia trying again to take the city of Thebes from Egypt, and it would eliminate Egypt if they were to lose Thebes. So they probably want to avoid that if they can. Ethiopia with another city here to lock off the Red Sea. Interesting. Obviously, we have got Kilwar in southern India. I feel like Gandhi's not going to... Problem is, Gandhi's not going to be able to get around this mountain, so I'm not sure how exactly he plans on going about that. Assyria has a huge army, yet to use it. Byzantium we saw take something. I know there's going to be some people very excited to see Byzantium doing well, for once. You know, it's a one-off thing, okay? Burundi has failed with its 2 units. I mean, what else did we expect? Shaka has kind of a big army here, but he is just in a bit of a mess. The borders have not been kind to him. I would go after Kilwar if I was him. Take Zanzibar here. Then you could send your units round to better attack Rhodesia. China and Vietnam seem to have messed each other up royally. China, to be fair, has a lot of units and open borders with Qing, but they're just not doing anything. And the same goes for Vietnam. Maybe they don't feel they need to right now. Texas piecing out with the Sioux, and they managed to take the city of Yankton here in a peace deal. It's going to be quite helpful to them, I guess, in the long run. I mean, it's pretty much a game over for the Sioux at this point. And Epworth, how the heck did you do this? Oh, this city up here. Okay, Burundi took this city. That's not so much of a surprise. There you go, 4 cities for Burundi, and they're sort of wrapping around Congo here. That's interesting. I didn't expect them, but maybe that's a good thing. Rhodesia probably didn't want... Maybe overexpanded a little bit. I see Judaism is starting to be the strongest religion down here in South Africa. I'm not sure what the strongest religion is anywhere else. I see some Eastern Orthodox up here, but there's also Judaism. Eastern Orthodox, West Africa, there's not really a religion. Nigeria did settle this here, and Japan just completed Chichen Itza. Those early island civs are getting the wonders so far. Buddhism across the Belgian Empire, Catholicism on the British Isles and the Celts, and that's about it. Isn't there another? There is Sikhism, in Rome, but that's not really spread yet. The Mayans have not spread Hinduism either just yet, but it's the only religion out here, so they shouldn't have too difficult a time. The Shoshone are actually at war with the Sioux now, and already we have Samoa entering the Renaissance era. They're doing pretty well. She already has caravels, which is incredible. It's episode 4. But, you know, there you go. Samoa making the most of the start that I gifted to them for being on an island. I like this, all this trade. I mean, all of it going to Qing. I don't know how necessary that is, but it's pretty cool. Japan is doing well. They're working their stuff. They've got roads. I'm liking this from Japan. Hopefully, I just want to see them. I hate to wish like the death of a civ, but I would love to see them like getting to mainland Asia. Beijing would be an amazing one, but even if they just broke onto the Korean peninsula, started slow, you know, that would be enough for me. The Moors are heading towards Africa now. That's going to be interesting. There's still plenty of space in Europe, and actually, oh my goodness, the Moors pieced out with the Papal State for the city of Benevento, which I don't think... I mean, the Papal States, that sucks to lose that, and they settled here, which means I think Prussia has been killed. I don't see the settler. I see the archer, but I don't see the settler anymore. That's not good for them. Oh no, they did. They settled here. Potsdam is here. Not sure how long it will last, but Prussia's still alive for a bit longer. But for the Papal State, they're now down to just Rome and this city, which I don't see them holding on to. And the big issue is the Moors. I don't know if they needed this, but now it just means they're more likely to get, attacked, which means they can attack. Think about it, reverse, I guess. The Moors have probably come here, just seen this giant Mali army, and actually, rethinking it. But I'm sure they'll still settle there. Ethiopia's still trying to go after Egypt. It's not working. And Burundi and Rhodesia are still having a little skirmish. It's not going to lead to anything significant, at least. Australia now have 5 cities. Samoa better hurry up. I mean, Samoa, they have that one settler and it just stood here. Probably, I don't know if it can get out. I feel like it should be able to get into the lake, but even then it can't get out from there. China declaring war on Persia? Okay, that's a bit of a weird one. That's not so weird. India v Persia. That's a bit more normal. I can live with that. I expect to see them fighting. China's a bit weird. I don't know why China would go after India. Mongolia is still just sitting here. 3 cities is enough for him. There's a lot of big armies building up. Even Korea is starting to build up a fair amount of units. So we'll see how this goes. The Huns are yet to go after Moscow, which is usually their, that's the first thing to tick off their list in a World TSL game. Look at Byzantium. They are off to a good start. I mean, it's not geographically ideal to have a sea in between your empire, but apart from that, they probably could do well here. I mean, if they teamed up with the Soviets to go after the Huns, that would be interesting. That'd be very interesting. Oh my goodness, Belgium. Are you serious? This is going to be very difficult to take, but Belgium might kill this. I mean, the Celts would easily do it, but whether Belgium do it, I'll leave for you guys to consider. For now, because it'll probably have happened before the end of the video, so there's no point leaving a comment as to what you think. Persia do have their immortals, which is going to make this a little bit tougher for Gandhi, but I'm sure he will do it pretty easily. The Iroquois not expanding at the moment. They're just happy with their 3 cities. Obviously, Central America here, Central North America has just turned into a huge mess. Everyone's at war with everybody. Austria has peaced out with Byzantium. They didn't give anything away, and the same, they peaced out with Assyria too. Didn't give anything away there either. And I mean, if Austria can hold on to this stuff, I don't know, it'd look pretty cool. Maybe if they took this papal city. Tojo has grabbed the pyramids, and I see that Qing has declared war on China. This is going to be big. Both of them have fairly big militaries. So let's see. And obviously this means Mongolia and Korea are in the clear for a little while. I mean, if they join in, it would be big. Or even if Japan maybe joined in. Well, that would be interesting. I wonder if Japan is considering settling on Taiwan. I'm not really sure. Or Taiwan. I can't remember. I think I said, I don't know. People moaned at me last time. I think it's meant to be Taiwan, not Taiwan. I don't know why I said Wan. Look at the Inca, by the way. They have a fair amount of units. The problem is they're the wrong side of the Andes to do anything. Okay, Assyria v Egypt, Zulu v Egypt. Well, that doesn't matter at all. Although Shaka is the kind of guy to get open borders to come all the way over here. Vandals with a 4th city. They're doing okay up here in North Africa, just minding their own business. Except for the war they declared on Belgium and on Egypt. But apart from that, they're minding their own business. Persia peaced out with Austria. Please do not give anything away. Thank you. Belgium is getting closer. Those composite bowmen are really helping. Imagine the Celts will end up taking this off Belgium, and they will finally have their foothold, access point to the rest of Europe, which would be interesting. The Moors building up a fairly big army down here in the Iberian Peninsula. Just see if they can hold on to it. The Shoshone, oh no, they didn't settle the 3rd city. They took this from Texas, who took it from the Sioux, and now they're going after the other Texan city. The Huns have now peaced out with Austria. Polynesia has now peaced out with the Shoshone, and they held on to both their North American cities, which is good to see. They've got a worker heading over here, I see as well. Good to see Polynesia doing okay. They're still alive. Who would have believed that? The Moors did settle in Africa, the city of Murcia, over here on the west coast. Not sure how long Mali will let them hold on to it, but it's there for now. I mean, give them some credit. And that is going to be it for this episode. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.